Alrighty. Hello, everyone that's currently on the call right now. You might see it. My name's Teddy Roy. We'll go ahead and start the presentation here in a couple minutes. We'll just let some of the other individuals that signed up for the webinar join here in a little bit. So bear with us for, again, a couple more minutes here as we let more people trickle in, and we'll go ahead and get started real soon. Alrighty, we'll go ahead then and get started now as we let more people trickle in. So good morning, good afternoon, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us here for Meetio Max, maximizing an effective return to your office. Again, my name is Teddy Roy of Meetio Inc., operating here out of the Portland, Oregon office. I'll be your moderator for the discussion, introducing the Meetio team and helping fielding your questions and bringing those into the discussion later on. Regarding any questions, you guys, if you do have any questions, please add them to the questions tab on the right-hand side throughout the presentation. Again, we'll go ahead and tackle those later on the call here on the webinar, but we'll of course see those trickle in as they get added. With me is Cindy Glover. She's the team lead for Meetio Inc., which covers all of the Americas, Australia, and New Zealand. Account executive Jake Pennington also joins us. Jake and I both work together with customers in our region, and I help manage reseller relationships. Samantha Wallace is on our sales development side and is also our regional marketing liaison. And last but of course not least is Andrew Lane, our technical support lead for the region, who later on the call will be conducting a live demo on how some of our solutions work and how companies are using Meetio to help with the transition into a more flexible workplace. We're a super tight-knit team and we rely on each other to do our jobs completely. With that, I'll go ahead and hand it off to Cindy to kick us off.
Hi, everybody. Really glad to be with you and thanks for your time. As Teddy said, we're going to start with an overview of the whys and whats, and then we'll move to a bit of show and tell. And finally, we'll talk together and entertain your questions. So the first part will only take a few minutes. Let's get to why we're all here, the pandemic. So panic buying, social tantrums, empty office buildings, shut down schools, mass business failures, 3 million deaths. These are just some of the things we'd like to forget about the past 14 months, but cannot. On the other hand, we have many examples of our resilience and great humanity. Lightning fast vaccine development, people cheering and singing to each other, sharing of resources, the education and healthcare sectors finally implementing technology for students and patients, and a fast tracking of hybrid and flexible workplaces that would not have happened at this speed if it weren't for the pandemic. And all of the things that we now face together with reinventing the workplace. So that's why we're here together today, because we on this call, we Meetio, tech resellers, corporate IT, corporate real estate, operations, and human resources, we are the experts on the subject of the changing workplace. What does it look like? What do we need from it? How do we better protect health? How do we track behavior and movement? How can we maximize our resources and protect and reassure ourselves that we are safe in the office? Every day, we at Meetio talk with companies and organizations who are returning or making plans to return some or all of their employees to the office. We have heard thousands of versions of what offices need to make it work and what responsibilities companies are charged with. The good news, with rotating work schedules and smaller remote facilities, organizations are able to really tighten up and rethink their real estate footprint. It's good for the planet, it's good for employee satisfaction, it's good on a lot of fronts. As experts who work on this topic every day, and yes, that's some of our Meetio team, here are some of the things we know from our customers. Number one, Q3 and Q4 of 2021 is the time most organizations plan for some version of return to office. And that means that they're vetting and testing tools and solutions right now. Among the top priorities that we're hearing about are the ability to social distance, because we know that we will continue to face these types of viruses. We need to touch fewer surfaces, we need to sanitize and to adjust and flex the office. Also, what we know is fewer people in the office does not mean less technology. It actually means more technology. Wayfinding, hot desking, room booking, entrance registration, conference room AV, smartphone use, all of these are the tools that are most needed to continue modernizing today's workplace. Last thing before I turn it back to Teddy, I'd like to let you know that of the ideals that Meetio applies to all of our solutions and products. They must be simple and easy to use and also to implement. They must be reliable, because solutions that break aren't really solutions, and they must be secure. I really encourage all of you to consider simplicity, reliability, and security in the adoption of any technologies for you or your customers, so you don't have the expense of replacing the system in a year. So thanks very much for being with us today. I'm going to kick it back to Teddy now.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. So with all of that in mind, it's no wonder that there has been a very heavy demand for these types of tools, and we'd like to lend you our expertise about what is being demanded and what is needed. As it happens, Meetio Desk, our hot desking and/or hoteling solution, has been without a doubt the most requested one. Conference room booking and wayfinding have remained very hot, and the tools that can be accessed with employees' individual cell phones and computers are an absolute must. Technology on the go, personalized to each employee, we see is becoming very important as we see companies transition into that flexible workplace. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and transition this over to Andrew, as Andrew will now show you guys a live demo of our hot desking solution.
Thank you, Teddy. Hello, everyone. So today we're going to go through the Meetio mobile application, which is available on iOS and Android devices. We'll go through desk booking using QR code, so a completely software-based solution. And we'll kind of walk through the app. So we sign into the app with our email credentials, supporting single sign-on and domain-based login, so that you're automatically connected to your Meetio admin environment. At the top of the screen, we have our two booking options for booking rooms, which connects to your conference rooms already set up within your email environment, and then booking a desk, which is set up with our Meetio calendar. In the middle of the app, you will have any ongoing appointments that you're currently a part of. So whether that's a meeting or a desk reservation, that will show up in the middle of the screen. And then below that, we have our personal calendar. Since we are logging in with those email credentials, you get your entire calendar, so it's all can be managed from one easy to use location. So booking a desk, we have two options when it comes to booking a desk. You can do an advanced reservation or book directly using the QR code. So first I'll go through the advanced booking scenario. Say you're at home, you know you're work in the office 2 days a week, so you're going to book a desk for those 2 days. But when you click book a desk, we see a list of workspaces, which is how we group desks together. So it's going to be listed by building and floor. So if you have multiple offices, you can have them all listed and managed under one Meetio admin account. So when you look at the workspaces here, these can be grouped however you'd like, whether that's by department, like we see a development, operations team, phone booths, other spaces that are bookable, but maybe not a traditional desk, and then just a flexible seating area. So when you tap on a workspace, we get a description where you can customize the text to show whatever you'd want about maybe hardware on the desks, the type of desk. So we see like seated desks with a surface dock, lots of different examples, however you want to set that up. We also have the option to view all of these workspaces on a map for that entire floor. So if we don't know where these are located within the office, we can take a look at the map, see other points of interest, whether that's stairs, bathrooms, coffee, cafeteria, that kind of stuff you can add to the map. And then tapping on the workspace, we see what it's called and that short description that you can customize. So once we choose our workspace we want to book in, select it, and then it brings us back, and it's going to automatically choose a desk for us to emphasize that flexible seating arrangement. However, you can change the desk if you know a certain desk works better for you, or want to sit by somebody else you already knows there. So this list of desks is fully customizable as well. So they don't have to be called desk one. You could include equipment names or anything else you wanted to label these desks. You select your desk you want to book, date and time down at the bottom. You can set that out as far into the future as you'd like. I'm going to leave it for starting right now. So I click book the desk. Now it's booked the desk, but it's really only reserved it. So I'm planning to go to the office. It's in the check-in state. Check-in feature is something that can be turned on and off per desk, but it's going to give the employees a certain amount of time to actually come in and physically be at that desk to confirm their reservation. Otherwise, it will get released and be available for other employees to book. So when you get to the office, you open your app. It's going to be pinned right there at the top. Click check in. It will bring up your QR code scanner. You'll scan the QR code that's on the desk, and that will check you into the reservation and confirm it for you. So now your desk reservation here is still going to be at the top for the entire duration. So you can tap on it and get a little more information, where it's at, time length, and then you can view it on the map again. So if you want to look at the map just in general for those other points of interest, or just to remind yourself where that workspace is within the office. And again, you'll see that little description at the bottom to remind you what's there. I will end this early, which will free it up for other people to book. So option 2, say you're already in the office, you didn't make a reservation, you're just going to book directly. You walk up to the desk, tap that option at the top, book with QR code, scan our code, and then we're going to get shown 3 preset booking options that you can set and are completely customizable in the Meetio admin portal. So I will choose my time of 2 hours. There we go. And now that desk is booked. There's no check-in because it knows you're physically already there at the desk. You're going to use it. So that is the user interface for booking a desk from the Meetio mobile app. And then you also have the option to book a rooms, and this is going to connect to those conference rooms that are already set up within your email environment. So booking through Outlook or G Suite currently. So you can link those to your Meetio organization. You get 2 options, just like desks, booking now or booking later. When you choose book now, you're going to get a list of all your rooms. we use the universal traffic light system. So green would mean available, yellow would mean something is coming up in that space, and red would mean it's currently in use. So you get a list of all your rooms. If you want to filter, down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a filtering tool. So this is really handy if you have a lot of rooms or multiple locations and you're seeing all the rooms at once. You can search by capacity and equipment within the room that you might need for your meeting. And then it's going to filter down that list and only show you the ones that are available for your proposed needs. So you tap on your room. These durations that are preset are customized per user in their app. So if I want a 30-minute option, I could change one of those to be 30 minutes. So it's really quick and easy to just tap and book my space. So now that room's booked, it'll show as booked on the calendar by me since I'm logged in with my email credentials, and everybody will know that that room is unavailable. The other option is booking for a later date. So this is going to look more like a typical meeting invitation from the calendar in Outlook or Google Calendar. So you have a subject, choose your date and time. Room is going to show you the same list with the filtering option. You can invite colleagues. The more you use it to add people from the app, it will remember those email addresses, and you'll be able to search for them essentially as you type them out. So I can invite Cindy. It'll show whether she's available or not. And then you can set your description, any information about what the meeting's about. And then if you're a Teams user, we have a Teams meeting option here. So you just check that box and a Teams meeting link will be generated with your invite for those users that won't be able to join physically in the room. But it all can be done from one app. Really simple, quick to do. Don't have to jump back and forth between Teams or Outlook or Google Calendar. So that is the user experience of the Meetio mobile app for booking rooms and hot desks. And I'll turn it back to Teddy.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. So with that, we would like to entertain some of your questions that have been coming in here. Jake and Sam, if you could bring us some of those questions, that would be great.
For sure. We had a few questions come in, private and public. Andrew, looks like you're probably going to be the best one to answer the first one. What would happen if you scanned a QR code for a desk which is booked already?
Sure. So in that case, it will show you that you'll get a pop-up that this desk is booked, and it will show you the time that reservation is for. So you'll know when that desk would actually be free to reserve for later.
Thanks.
Great. Another question that we had, somebody is asking if their employees would be able to book a desk near a colleague that they want to work with. Probably a good one for you to answer as well, Andrew.
Yeah, I can speak to that one. So we do have a Find a Colleague feature that is currently in development, should be out within a few weeks. So you'll be able to search for a colleague and see if they have a desk reservation and where it is.
Gotcha. We got one more. Can I lock certain desks for certain employees and or departments?
Yeah, I can speak to that one as well. So you can fully restrict different workspaces or floors or buildings to different users within the Meetio admin portal.
Thank you.
And then we did have a question that was more focused on security. So they want to learn more about that and specifically if we are GDPR compliant. Cindy, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. We are GDPR compliant. And something that is important to note, I think, is that we're using your metadata only. We're not in your user data. And that's really important when you're looking at security. So we're helping you utilize your tool, but not hosting your user data on our cloud.
Great. Do you have any others that came in? Jake, did you see any?
Yeah, we had a one-off call about an issue. We have to authenticate the app on our end in order for you to grant access for just a one-off situation. So I will call you, Joel, when we get off this call and get it all squared away for you.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Well, if that's all the questions we have for the time being, we would like to let everyone know that the Meetio team is available to help you or your customer understand the products and help solve particular workplace reinvention issues. If you're in this webinar, you know how to reach us, and we'll follow up with contact information just in case. With that being said, thank you very much to everyone. We really do appreciate you guys joining us, and we look forward to connecting with y'all again.
Thank you.
you.
Guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.